Right, I've had a lot of responses to this multitasking thing, and a lot of people have said that it's the applications that are at fault and stuff like that. So we've basically got both the Windows Phone 7 devices here that we saw earlier on in the other video. HTC HD 7 on the left hand side here, and the HTC 7 Mozart on the right hand side. O2 if you want this one, orange if you want this one. Now I'm going to go into some apps that we've installed here. We've got eBay, and I'm going to just show you the functionality of the back button. It seems that the back button, although it sort of maintains its functionality in some apps, in other apps it does slightly different things. So if we go into Internet Explorer on both the phones, and I say browse, whoops, that one thinks it's that way up. So we've got to Google, and let's just click on a couple of links here. Let's go to images. On this one, do a search. I'm just going to put something in on the keyboard. Do a search for lager. As you can see, auto suggests words on there on the right hand side. Do a search for lager. There you go, some pictures of beer, which is great. That's what we want to see. I'm going to do the zooming in and out. It's all very good. I'm going to try and zoom in on the camera itself a bit so you can see a bit better. Now, if I press back on here, it does what you'd expect for a browser. It goes back to the previous screen, which is great. Now, if we go to the Windows key, press the Windows key and go into an app, a third-party app. In this case, it's eBay. I'm going to load up eBay. Let's try and get rid of some of this reflection on there. There we go. And I'm going to do what I did earlier. Go into cars. Bit of reflection on that one screen. Sorry about that. Let's try and move it over here a little bit. And we can see the same sort of cars. Let's go into this Ford Escort RS here on both the phones. Displays very well. You can see the backdrop as I showed you before. We can click on the pictures and it displays pictures, and you can click on each one and sort of see pictures of that car. Very nice. Now on the back button here, it goes back to the previous screen. If I press back again, it goes back to the auction list, back again on the right hand side, and we're back to the popular searches, back again, and we hop out of the application. Now if I press the Windows key on the HTC 7, on the HD 7 on the left hand side here, we're back to the same screen here, but I've exited eBay using the back key on the HT7 Mozart on the right hand side, and I've exited eBay using the Windows key on the handset on the left hand side. Now if I go back into eBay now, it has to reload on the left hand side. You'd expect that because I exited it, but on the right hand side it does the same thing. So even though I came out through the back key, and I kind of expected using the back key for things to be maintained, because like if I go back into my web browser on both the phones, the page that I was on is still maintained. So the Microsoft apps seem to maintain the status, and they maintain the pages that you were on, the pages that you were looking at. But with third-party apps we've tested, and so far we've tested eBay, the BBC News Gadget, and there are quite a lot of apps, third-party apps out there. Tesco Groceries, if I log into that on both phones here. Where is it on this one? It's down here on this one. There's Tesco Shop on the right hand side. Now on the right hand side I believe I've already got it signed in, so I can add an item. Now I'm going to have a look for some bread again, as I searched for earlier. Okay, and press enter. It's doing a search for that. I'll just try and click on this here. That's my shopping list actually. It's searching for bread. As you can see, it's a very nice application, Tesco Groceries app. I'm going to have some Hovis, please. It's £1.15. Fetching the product details, and there's my loaf of bread. And there's some details about it. Really nice, smooth app. It's worth buying, I think, that one. So I'm purchasing that, and it says one item has been added. This little green thing here. So if I go back, it would do as I would expect. Go back to my previous screen about the bread. Go back again, and I've come out of it. Oh, now I didn't really mean to do that, but never mind. As you would expect from most applications, most phones, you should be able to go back into it. I'm going to do on the left hand side, I'm going to hop out using the Windows key, but I've hopped out the Tesco Groceries with a back key on the right hand side here, and go back into my Tesco Groceries. And even though the Tesco Groceries application has a sign in function, it has lost my shopping list, and it's lost my loaf of bread, and it's lost my shopping list. Now imagine if I had a shed load of things added in there. I would kind of get a bit knocked off at that. It doesn't seem to always maintain exactly the status throughout each and every app, and the back key doesn't always seem to take on the same functionality in each and every app, from what we've seen anyway. So the same again if we go into Seesmic, which is a great Twitter client. Not anything against these developers. I'm not saying anything bad about them. I don't know quite whose fault this is, but I'm in Seesmic now. Lovely interface, as you can see. Trends. I can see directory of news. I can do search of Twitter. I click into Spaces here. This is my Twitter home. This is where all my updates will be, and we just wait for it to load up. And we're going to go on to something else in a minute that I've picked up, but here we go. There's all my latest updates. Blue accent for the O2 handset on the left, orange accent for the orange device on the right. Now there's all my tweets, very nice. I can see what people have been writing. I'm going to exit using the back key on the Mozart on the right, back, and I'm going to exit by just smacking the Windows key on the handset on the right. Now if I go and do something else, let's just hop into Internet Explorer. That's remembered where I was, that's great. If I go back out and I go back into Seesmic, I've exited using the Windows key on the left hand side, and it doesn't matter which way I exit, it still has to load up again. And I go back in there and it still has to pull the data down all over again. And it doesn't seem to cache it anywhere, as I mentioned in the earlier video. It doesn't seem to cache that information at all. And this seemingly is sort of carried on with the live tiles as well. And I think, looking deeper and deeper into this OS, I think the live tiles, most of them from third-party vendors, the tiles aren't live. And I think these updates, I think, have to be pushed by the vendor, by the software itself, by the actual person that's coded it. They have to have a website, some sort of back end, which will push this data down to the phone by itself. Now I think, for example, Seesmic, if we press and hold on that and we pin that to the start button, to the start menu, you can see it doesn't mention how many tweets I've got. It doesn't really give me any information whatsoever. It's not really a live tile, it's more of a flat tile. Same with the train travel application, same with Tesco Groceries, same with eBay. I mean, this really is nitpicking to some people, and I know that for the majority of people, Xbox and the games themselves and the way the phone integrates with your sort of friends and family and Facebook is fantastic. But I am a little disappointed when I've installed such a good Twitter client as Seesmic and such good apps from Tesco, very beautiful applications, that I can't go into things like these games are fantastic, by the way. I can't go into my pictures here. Let's go into my pictures here, and I'm going to show some pictures here that have been taken, and now if I kind of, well, those are Facebook photos. Let's go into camera. Here's a picture I took in my earlier video. I can click on the three dots on the bottom right here, and I can upload it to SkyDrive. That's a Microsoft system. I can use it as the wallpaper, but it's only really the lock screen, not the wallpaper, and I can share it. I would expect, as I've installed a Twitter client, for that to be an option, but I can only upload it to Facebook, to email, or to SkyDrive again. So Facebook is deeply integrated, but it doesn't seem at this stage that any other application can get integrated, can save its status to the phone, or can sort of create live tiles without some sort of back-end system being implemented by the coder and the developer themselves. So I'm just going to show you, though, it's not all bad news. I'm going to show you one of the games here that we've downloaded that's completely free, and I must say I'm deeply impressed with the graphics, the speed and the fluidity of the OS. It is just a million times better than the old Windows 6.5 operating system. The experience is maintained throughout. The games are just staggeringly good. I don't know how to play this one, but I'm just going to randomly click on the screen, and you can see how good this is. Very nice application. They all run extremely quickly indeed. So that was really just, I mean, I can show you more about the people, and I can show you how the system runs extremely smoothly. For me though, this sort of multitasking functionality and the lack of flexibility on the tiles is really something I wanted to highlight within this overview. So keep it locked onto Cool Smartphone for some more videos soon.